Yeah.
So it's really slow, right? It's not gonna like.
It had some like ability to kind of like lash out when you were close, but it's not like it could chase you.
All right. So we just need to keep a good distance, I think.
We can outmaneuver the worm.
Yep.
Okay, where would you like to go? What do you want to do?
Keep as wide a distance as possible, and I guess go back in the church.
Yeah, you want to go back into the church?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody going to do that, or is anyone going to stay outside?
Should we have some people stand guard and like yell tally ho or something when?
My two characters, Glenniel and Elodia, will stand watch. Elodia has the axe, and Glenniel has 2 arrows left.
Nice.
Cool. And you're fast, right? So you can run and.
Well, Elodia is not very fast, but Glenniel is.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you going to stand? Are you just going to stand guard outside the door?
Elodia will stand guard outside the door. I think Glenniel will take more of a high ground approach, maybe on the roof.
Who has a higher luck of the two of them?
Elodia.
Okay.
16 luck.
Okay. And then everybody else is just going to pile into the chapel?
Blythe will stay outside too. She's a little traumatized.
Yeah, you're gonna stay outside with the creature that attacked you and arm up. Cool. Face your fears, Blythe. You can do it.
I guess so.
Okay. All right. So inside the chapel, I mean, you guys all head towards the chapel. Like everyone's all in the same direction, and the blob definitely seems to notice that there's like movement around. I don't know how a blob. I mean, I know, but you don't know how a blob detects people around, but it seems to be slowly crawling back towards the chapel. You would guess you maybe have like 10 minutes before it gets to you to kind of turn the chapel over.
Okay.
Inside, again, there are charged skeletons lying about the chapel, some crushed by beams that have fallen above. And at the back of the chapel is a fountain depicting a squat, demon-looking toad. Though it's dry now. At one point it had the foul black goo coming out of its mouth, but the whole fountain is dry. There's a lot of debris around, but you can kind of roll the place. The big frog fountain, its eyes are red gemstone, its teeth are like ivory. So, yeah. What's everybody gonna do?
I don't have that crowbar anymore. That would have been good.
Gwen is gonna walk around the pews, or what's left of the pews, and just see if she can find anything that remains of the people that were burned in there. Anything potentially interesting.
So you're just using your eyes to look. You're not like turning over the ash.
I'm like using my herding crook and just kind of like scooting ashes around. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Why don't you discern realities for me?
Okay. That's a what?
Wisdom. Sounds like you're closely studying the situation.
Okay. +1. 12.
You got a 12? Yeah, there you go. You sure did. Okay. You can ask 3 questions. You don't have to. I mean, you can just ask one. Like,
all right.
Useful
let's
or
see. I would ask what happened here recently, but that's probably more like what happened to us. So I will ask.
Well, if you ask like recently, I'm not going to just reiterate something you already know. Like I'll give you. You're kind of CSIing the situation. So
I don't know. You're pretty tricksy, Adam. All right, what happened here recently?
So it looks to you like, I mean, there's bodies or skeletons or whatever, pieces of bone near the door. The inside of the door has deep like furrows in the burned wood. You actually, looking at it, you see like a broken off fingernail or 2 in the door. It looks like people were locked in here with like fiery thing, and that it just ate up all the fuel and eventually kind of just went into stasis. So unintentional human sacrifice.
Okay. What here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell me what it appears to be, and I can tell you.
Well, it seems like people were potentially just using this building and didn't know that creature was in there and got stuck. Either that or that they were put in there on purpose, but I think it's not the latter.
Okay. So what it looks like happened here was that the keep, and you know this from local history, the keep in the past had been attacked before by like forces. Like occasionally, you have it in your family history and stuff where like, some noble paladin from the big city would come with his like adventuring friends and like try to like knock over the keep because it's full of chaos beasts. Invariably they would fail, but there'd be an attempt at it. And so what this looks like is the chaos cultists that occupied this chapel were locked in here and burned alive by good guys, essentially. Hence the big bloody repent on the door.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's good news.
Yeah.
Okay. What should I be on the lookout for?
There's several things here buried in the dirt because the people who trapped the chaos cultists in this room weren't able to do the adventurer thing and kill them and take their stuff. Their stuff is still here. So you find laying in the ash of particular value. There's a couple of bodies. One's nearest to the door that are still dressed in like chainmail armor. It's been like scorched and blackened and probably is weaker than it would be if you bought it off the rack. But there are 3 suits of chainmail here, so that's nice. You find 3 blackened iron maces. So if people need proper weapons, there's those.
Nice.
Awesome.
And at the back near the fountain, you find 2 items of particular interest. Hanging from the end of a long bronze chain, you find like a censer, which is like an incense burning thing. Everywhere. So you find one of those. It's like covered in ash and dust, but when you wipe it off, it looks like it's made of gold, and it has various unholy looking chaos sigils on it. It's got the big like multi-pointed star and like a demon head and whatever on it. It's revolting to look at it, but it's obviously an item of some worth or power. And then you find under one of the pews, you find a blackened iron coffer. It's like a little chest, but it's locked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing weight?
Only if you're like carrying around a lot of stuff. Like Elodia couldn't carry the axe and the coffer. Like the coffer's pretty heavy, and like if you're wearing the armor, that'll lower the amount of stuff you can carry. But there's too many characters for me to track.
All right. Well, Gwen.
None of you are trained in wearing armor, so I can use that against you if there's problems later because it's heavy and awkward, but it will protect you. So.
Okay. Gwen is going to take... Wait, let me see. How strong am I?
Yeah, so Gwen, you get first dibs, and then everybody else will notice all this stuff and be able to dole it out.
All right, I'll grab one of the maces for myself, as well as the coffer, if I can carry both things.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what else do you have? So you can't carry the stick and the mace and the coffer all at once. You could leave your...
I don't have any, like...
crook behind.
Okay. All right, fine. Then just the mace.
Okay. A mace in one hand and a stick in the other.
Yeah. And then I just kind of yell out the door and say, friends, it looks like these were bad guys in here, so come on in. There's plenty of stuff to grab.
They were bad people, so kept aside.
Yeah. Don't feel too bad about it.
Awesome.
I think I would totally want one of those. Did we say they were maces?
Yeah, 3 maces, 3 suits of chain.
For Lavinia, at least.
Okay.
Who wants chainmail?
Yeah, so anyone who dons the chainmail, it's 1 armor. So if you take damage, reduce it by 1 if you're wearing the chainmail. But it's also clumsy, so I may use that against you. I definitely will.
Estra will totally take something though, I think.
Okay. Estra. Who else? Where are the other 2 suits going?
Lydia will take one, I think.
Oh, Lydia is shaping up to be quite the warrior. You get the big axe, you get the chainmail now.
I know.
Okay, and who's taking the 3rd?
Ackwell's only got 1 health, so we can give it to him if no one else.
Okay, all right. So Aqua, you 3 have chainmail now. Excellent. Okay, and then the maces go to whoever wants them.
Lavinia wants one for sure.
Okay, yeah, Lavinia and Gwen. Who takes the 3rd one?
Anybody else want one?
If no one else is going to take one, I think Galaniel will probably take one just because she only has 1 arrow left. Oh, maybe she has 2 arrows left, actually.
You're okay. Okay, that sounds fine. I mean, I don't really care for the equipment. I just need to make sure I knew who was wearing the chainmail so that I can go through. Okay. Yeah, the chainmail is full of leeches.
What?
Oh, no.
I'm getting suggestions. Okay.
Oh.
Do you want to do anything with the golden censer? Also, does anyone want to look at the coffer? You're going to be running out of time soon. Like the ooze is slowly creeping towards the entrance. So
Should we try to open it?
Yeah.
If no one can carry it?
yeah, sure. Okay.
I don't know how.
Yeah, it's a
Hit it
big
with the axe.
object. So
Yeah. I
Chop
have
it in
a
half.
Chop it with the axe.
Give it a try.
yeah, you just try and hack the coffer open with the chaos.
Yeah. Elodia will swing the majestic axe at the cover.
Okay. So where are you doing this? Are you doing this like outside, or are you just going to do it in the chapel? Or?
And the chapel weapon is fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Why don't you defy danger with your strength for me, please? There's a chance this could go badly for you.
No way.
Never.
+1.
Okay. Would you like to spend 2 luck, or can I
2 luck. Yes.
16, right?
Yeah, I got 16 luck.
Okay. So like before, raising the axe to strike, even at an inanimate object like this, you feel like a sudden presence kind of overtake you momentarily. You feel your grip tighten on the haft of the axe and have this overwhelming urge to just like bury the axe in the nearest person to you. Like it just seems like way more fun to just start killing people with it instead of doing whatever boring thing you had intended.
Wow.
So here's what you can do. You can toss the axe aside and just like never pick it up again. Like throw it aside and reject the axe. Or you can try to struggle with the like mental compulsion. You can fight it, try and overpower it with your will. What do you want to do?
Oh man. Well, that's crazy.
You're gonna try and
So there's a chance I might just chop someone next to me.
Yeah, there is that chance. Well, I mean that's what the axe wants you to do. The axe wants you to kill. The axe isn't for chopping open coffers, it's for cutting open skulls.
Oh my god.
Respect the axe, Elodia. So what are you going to do? Are you going to toss it aside out of fear, or are you going to master it with your will?
I'll master the axe.
You're going to master the axe?
Yeah, I want to open this.
All right. So defy danger with your wisdom, please.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Okay, guys. So
Wait,
like a +1.
who's closest to her?
Oh, well, who has the lowest luck in the party?
Oh god.
12.
My
5.
Let's not.
11.
There you go.
Oh, girl.
In this moment, you managed
Please.
you managed to wrest the axe from whatever force is possessing you. I think that the elves are really the only ones that kind of notice this. Like, it kind of happens very quickly for everybody else, but because elves are immortal, they perceive time differently. You see, just for a second, what looks like Elodia, like literally like struggling with the axe with this like massive armored sort of spirit made of like red smoke. And it's like pulling on the axe, trying to like wrest control of it. But eventually Elodia, breaks the axe free and then brings it down on the coffer.
Nice.
Which then, cracks open and its contents tumble out onto the ground. There's like a cloth bundle wrapped in, like the cloth is like red silk. It seems to be wrapped around something.
So it's full of silk?
There's like a cloth inside that's wrapped around whatever's actually inside the coffer, like protecting it from the inside.
Can we take it out?
Yeah, you can unwrap it.
Yeah, let's unwrap it. Check it.
All right. So you unwrap it, and inside are they're wrapped in paper as well, but 3 cones of incense, about 3 inches tall, cones of strange smelling incense. The cloth itself, as you unwrap it, you can see that it's stitched with golden thread. It's probably worth a fair bit, but the thread is stitched in strange chaos patterns, like weird stars and like skulls and stuff. You could wear it as like a pretty sweet cape if you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
But the incense is about the same size, Gwen. You notice the incense is about the same size as the censer.
Do the 2 connect?
Yeah, I mean, you could put the incense in the censer and then light it and wave it around, and
I think that might do something.
Yeah. Well,
definitely something. Yep.
Is the incense other part within reach?
Well, it's back inside. But yeah, it's around. Like, you can just go and take it off the hook and carry it around with you if you want to.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Let's connect the 2. Burn some incense.
Okay.
Who has the ability to? Is there like a candle lit somewhere, or do we need?
We can light it on the blob.
Yeah, you can get close to the blob.
That's
and
true.
just
Was there still a trail of fire?
Stick in the blob like a bomb.
Yeah, there's fire. Little fires kind of guttering everywhere.
Okay, cool.
Like
We're good.
incense. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, while this is happening, I get the F out of the church.
Okay.
And discern where the blob is and stay away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys are doing this and like having this conversation, slowly moving around the corridor.
Just walking around in circles.
Slightly faster than the blob.
Well, I don't know.
You're gonna get frustrated. Like, come on, slow down, you guys. This
is meat grinder, okay?
fair. Actually, you step in the blob, you're dead.
Yeah.
I didn't say you were looking for it. Okay, so who wants to light the censer?
Ackwell does.
Yeah, Ackwell's gonna
He's got chainmail now.
Right. Okay. All right. So describe what you're doing. I was gonna say, are you familiar with the technology of a censer? Do you know how it works? Yeah.
I mean, I believe so. Like, I think I've seen like
Catholic
children
priest
holding them, right, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I'll go in and get it, and then Livy, you have the who smashed.
Yeah, Elodia
has the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we can come together and then go find the nearest fire pile and.
Sure. Okay. All right. So Elodia, you're gonna light the incense and then put it in the censer, and Ackwell is the one holding the censer. So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We light the incense, and it sparks immediately with like strange, kind of like reddish sparks, and then starts to burn steadily, giving off a very like strong white smoke. It smells a bit like metallic, like it's sort of a coppery smell. And you put it in the censer, close the censer, and the smoke is like pouring from the holes like in the star and like the demon's mouth and stuff. And it's like quite thick. And Ackwell, you start to like wave it around and like get the smoke going.
Sure.
And this is a really good place for us to take our first break. So we'll find out all about chaos smoke when we get back.
Oh man.
All right. BRB everyone.
Bye guys.